Hi everybody, Renee here with Luminous, walking you through everything you need to know about airbrushing, and we're going to talk today about some common mistakes that we can make as soon as we get that amazing airbrush system at home, and we're going to walk you through those so that you feel super comfortable doing your airbrush at home with us, and you're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun doing it because trust me, these makeup is fun, and when you mess up, it's okay because guess what? It's just makeup. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss a thing. So let's get started with our airbrush system. So in your system, you're going to get your airbrush, and that comes with the stylus, and the stylus does all the work. So that's what we're going to focus on today. You also get blush, 2 foundations, and a product called Love. So we're going to do all of that too. So getting started, turn on that machine. You will feel air coming out of it. A few tips that are going to help you avoid the mistakes that we are going to run over today are right here below. We always want to keep that stylus moving. We want to stay 4 fingers from our skin and barely pull back on that trigger, little pull. So let's talk about what those mistakes can look like. So first and foremost, we want to look at what can happen with our product if we don't shake it up. So here's a foundation that we have that we did not shake up today. So first things first, you want to shake up your makeup. What does that look like if we don't shake it up? Shake up that makeup. So when we pull back on that trigger, we're getting just mostly water at this point if we are not shaking up our makeup. Just mostly water. So I'm not really seeing anything. So what do we have to do? Just a quick shake of your foundation will get you started. So, and make it a healthy shake. There are some little BBs in there that are going to shake up that makeup, mix all of your pigment together. If this is your first time doing airbrush, make sure that you spend some time shaking up that product. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Candy. Welcome. We're going to have some fun with all of our little airbrush boo-boos today. So let's clip that hair back and get started. So first thing that we did was we didn't shake up our makeup. So what does that do for us? That just gives us that, it really just comes out as not much. So if you aren't getting any pigment, if you aren't getting any coverage, that might be because we didn't shake up our makeup. Secondly, so let's shake it up. Let's put some makeup in here. And let's start with our gut instinct. I'm not going to make a mess. Sometimes people don't put their cap on, but we definitely recommend to put your cap on. Gut instinct is we're too close because we want to be really close to our skin because we're used to doing that, right? Oh yeah. So I'm airbrushing really close to my skin. Now this is a very common practice when we first get started with airbrushing, and you might see this the first time that you do your makeup. And that's okay because we can start over. But that's what happens when you get too close to the skin. So in the differences is if we are far enough away from the skin, remember we said 4 finger widths. So now I'm farther away from the skin, but I'm pulling, see how far I'm pulling back on my trigger? And I'm not really moving. So again, I'm feeling like it's a little heavy, of course. But that's okay. We're learning. So we were farther away, but we're still pulling back on that trigger. Also, we might be pulling back too hard on that trigger, but we also might not be moving enough. Again, we're really laying that product on. And it's okay because instinct-wise, we wanted to see our makeup. We're used to getting it on there, right? And then we're used to going like this. Not the best when it comes to airbrushing. So let's try this way. We're barely pulling back on that trigger, We are consistently moving. And now we're getting that coverage. Nice and even. So say we have a small dot that we'd like to cover. It's very much in our instinct to come really close and just go, I need a lot of makeup right there. Okay, so that's a little much. So the best way to go about taking care of these, let me take that mistake side off. So maybe we have a spot here. You see that spot right there? So I would just want to gently and barely, see this tiny little wiggle? Barely pulling back on that trigger, spending a little bit of time there on that spot, but I'm going in enough of a circle that I'm not releasing all of the product at once. I'm getting a gentle coverage. Now, we will let you know that as soon as you get started, starts your learning curve. So if you find yourself not quite in your sweet spot, which is, it's definitely, I think I'm out of makeup. It's definitely a sweet spot. It's finding where your hand feels comfortable, pulling back the right amount. It feels, it starts to just feel natural. You start to realize that you're just gently building your coverage. As you go. So now we're getting that nice evenness everywhere. Under your eyes. I close my eyes and do my lids. My lids are a little darker. So it is okay to feel like you are not exactly nailing it the first time. I didn't nail it the first time. It definitely took a few times to try this, get used to it, because I was just like most of you and most of us. I was going in going like this. This is what I did my whole life, putting my makeup on, but we just have to retrain our hands, right? It's okay. All right. So let's go into blush and we'll do some common problems with blush. So we're going to shake up our blush really well. Always, always want to shake it up. Oh, yay. Jennifer's ready to wear her makeup and Candy thinks this demo is worth it. Love it. So shake it up. I want you to know that it's okay. And Candy says, give yourself the time. It's worth it. Give yourself the time. Be gracious with yourself. If you don't nail it from the first time, don't worry. We didn't nail it the first time either. It's different. It's new. So it's okay. All right. Blush. I'm just, whoa. It's a lot of blush. I just went in and just opened up my stylus. Just went for it. And now I regret it. I also think that blush only goes on the apples of my cheek. Now that just looks silly, right? Also, if you can't tell, that seriously looks wet. If your product looks wet, way too much. Way too much. As you can see, this foundation has a nice glow to it, but this looks wet. So we don't want that. Let's get rid of it. All right. Hello, Amber. Hi. Okay, so let's go back and talk about blush. I'm going to add a little foundation to one side. This is really fun demo, guys. I haven't done this demo like ever. If you're joining us, or if you're new to us, or if this is your first live or your 50th live and you've been hiding in the shadows, come on out, say hi, talk to us. All right, we're getting that evenness again. And we'll go back and talk about blush. If you're here, don't be shy. Say hi, talk to us. Let us know that you're here and enjoying these little tutorial videos teaching you how to use your airbrush. All right. There we go. All right, let's get into drying. Blush again. And as you can see, we're not wet. We have a dewy glow because that is the finish of our Mystic foundation, but we aren't wet like we were when we had that heavy blush. So let's try that again. Blush, 3 drops. Don't do more than that at first. 1 to 2 to 3, no more than 3, even if you love blush like me. And your blush should kind of come in like a oval shape. Much better, a much more natural application of your blush. All right, last but not least is love. Now here's a little trick that you can do with love. Love gives you a beautiful luminosity glow from top to bottom, just a few drops there of your love. A great way to finish, but also a great way to start. So if you're new to airbrushing and you want to start with putting a little bit of product on, start with love. It's a beautiful glow, gives you a beautiful finish, hydration, makes your skin look glowy. And if you're just doing that by itself, it looks beautiful. So there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for some of our oops with airbrush. And we have learned how to fix some of those common mistakes that you can make when you get started with your airbrush. The beauty of this is that it's all makeup. It's all makeup. It's no big deal. Guess what? If you mess up, which you will, and you have to be okay with it, you're going to be able to fix it. That's the beauty of it. Love it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Heather will be here for the afternoon sessions. So stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.